What is your profession?
But yes, we are going to, for fuck's sake, we are going to move on to, because obviously it's not one-sided. We can't just berate and badger Arsenal and all their fans. We have to talk about United's upcoming game against West Ham, and obviously previous result, the 3-1 loss against PSG. Truth when you're ready.
Hey, you guys. It's been a weird one. Like I know as a fan TJ is, I know he sees the recent games properly. You know, he doesn't see it as a results business. He sees it as a performance-based business. I just want to ask you about the results since the Arsenal game. We've got what, 3 wins out of 3 in the Premier League. You've beaten Istanbul Wi-Fi password, and obviously the loss against PSG has put you guys on the brink in the Champions League. So it's been a mixed bag, really. Well, it's been 4 wins, 1 loss, but it's been a mixed bag in terms of performances. I want to hear your thoughts, on the performances and whether it's just important to just get the wins underneath your belts.
Listen, when we're at this stage of the season, it has to be about performances and winning. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know there's games in which you can say, "Do you know what? Oh my days! Like,
yeah, you'll take it.
I'll take the win." But like, I'll take the win against the Cities, against the Chelseas, against the PSGs of this world. I will happily have a bad performance and do a smash and grab, because those are the teams that are expected to run riot against us. But what I can't accept is the mediocrity of what I'm seeing on the football pitch. I mean, if we go back to the Everton away, this guy was so close to being sacked. So close to being out of the club.
Houdini.
Bruv, listen, I don't know what Obiamania this guy has gotten in contact with. Every single time he's going to get sacked, he's on the brink. He gets a result from somewhere. Someone just has to do the dumb thing and give this man the result. And I don't want my team to lose. But I hate it, because it's just like, listen, when I tell you everything was put in place, Poch did Monday Night Football. He was there talking about he's ready to come back to football. The talk was being brought up. We were coming up to, I think it was coming up to an international break, was it? I think we were coming up to an international break. Everything with the stars were aligned. That was it. Everton went and scored the first goal. It's like, all right, boom, this man's getting sacked in the morning. And then Bruno pulls out a performance that saves this guy's life. And I give credit where credit's due, because it was a good performance from him. I can't doubt the fact that, and they weren't penalties, so I can't doubt the fact that he put in a performance and basically saved his his dad's job. He saved his dad's job. And then after the international break, we come back.
West Brom.
It's a terrible game. It was a terrible game. And the thing is, and this is what I said it to my missus watching the game when Bruno gave away that penalty, because it was a penalty.
Yeah.
I said to him, I hope the fans have the same energy about Bruno giving away the penalty as they do when Pogba did it
against Tottenham.
Against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And what was the other handball against West Ham, I think. I said all I wanted was that same energy, that same hatred, that these fans had towards Pogba. I wanted them to have against Bruno, and the referee decided to overturn it. Me personally, being a referee, I thought it was a penalty. I don't see how you don't give that, and then you go up the other end and United get a penalty and win the game. But it's terrible. West Brom were hard done by because they should have got something out of that game. And that penalty changes the dynamics of that football match. And then it had Istanbul, whatever its name is, and let's not forget about the loss in Turkey, which is why we're in the position that we're in the Champions League. Because of that loss in Turkey, because we win that game, we're on 12 points and we've already qualified.
Yeah.
Simple as that, because we did the hard work, and now all of a sudden it's like we're on the brink of playing Europa League football.
That's
after
a joke.
Christmas.
It's crazy, isn't it? Result could just change just like that. You lose 2. If United lose 2 of the next games, away at Leipzig and West Ham, we're looking at Ole out again, and he's on the brink.
Bro, look at it like this. If we lose against West Ham and have a bad... Remember, we've been to West Ham in the last 2 seasons, and the performances have been the worst performances I've ever seen. Granted, the first one, I think Arnautovic was running riot, wasn't him, but the one last season was, and that was shocking. West Ham was struggling, and Mark Noble, who I won't be surprised plays in this game, bruv, they made man look like Jabi Alonso in the home and the away game, because the away game they got a draw.
Yeah.
And Mark Noble was running the show, and this guy's like 35 years old and he's never been able to run. So how is he running the game? So you go and have a bad performance against West Ham, you go and lose to Leipzig, and then you go and lose to Manchester Derby. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. And then we're away at Sheffield United after that, who are all right, on a bad run. But I'm sorry, if we lose those next 3 fixtures, bro, Poch needs to sign that contract, because there's no way in hell that man can survive.
But this is the thing. Like, this is how fickle and balanced football is. If you lose your next 3 games, you guys are in trouble in just terms of just the way the league. You'll be in Europa League, but then you win your next 3 games, you're going to be near the top of the league. Only 2 points. Well, depending on if results go your way, you could probably even be top of the league. You guys be top of the league through to the next round of the Champions League. So it's a fine balance. These next 3 games coming up, it's a huge importance.
So much importance. But I think, if going back to your thing, talking about performances, I think it was a very, very good performance against an Everton side that everyone thought was going to absolutely tear us to shreds. And Ancelotti's experience, it was a terrible performance against West Brom. It was awful. Obviously, the Istanbul, I'm not even talking about that because that was a nothing game. But then we talk about Sunday against Southampton, a game of 2 halves. And you know the biggest joke? In the first 10 minutes of that game, United actually started well.
Yeah.
And then it all fell apart from 2 set pieces.
Yeah.
Like, he gave away the corner, and it was poor marking by Rashford. And then, listen, anything 30 yards and closer for Ward-Prowse, like, it looks like it's just going in at the moment.
Yeah,
it looks like it's going in.
Although, do you think De Gea should have done? He got a strong.
Nah. Listen, I said when I saw it, I was like, De Gea had no right to get his hand to that ball.
It's true. It's true.
No right. He had no right to get his hand to that ball.
Yeah, but he wasn't in control of it.
I get, bro. Like, man ended up mashing himself up trying to get to that. That's how much in the corner it was. Like, he did well to get a hand to it, but I know what people are saying. He got a hand to it, so he should have saved it. But bro, that free kick was quality, man. Like De Gea was rude for just not letting it ping in the back of the net. Like, he disrespected that free kick, and then the old man Cavani comes on and completely changes the game.
What do you think about I know, just before I cut you off there, Cavani with Martial's form and I would say Rashford's performances? Do you think Cavani has staked a claim to be a starter?
Oh, 100%. 100%. You know I love Tony. But he's just got no confidence at the moment. He's got no confidence at the moment. I mean, the game against PSG, when he missed that, I was just like, oh, and it's for
Yeah.
two reasons. One, because I'm just like, oh my days, because we should have scored. But then I was just thinking, if we lose, which we did, went and go and lose this game,
Yeah.
he's going to get the win. What did I say to you at halftime in Southampton? I said to you, if we end up losing this game,
Yeah.
these United fans that scapegoat Pogba and Martial would have had no one to blame.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, like, as much as I'm so glad we won the game, I really wanted to see who they would have blamed if we would end up losing Southampton, because I know Graham Souness would have still blamed Pogba, saying Pogba mentally drained them from somewhere and made them lose the game. But I really wanted to see that. But obviously we got the result, and it was a big result and we needed it. But yeah, Tony's just got no confidence. So I say putting him out on the left is probably the best thing right now.
I agree.
Rashford, right? Bro, like, I like Rashford, but his performance have been awful.
I've got a problem. That's what I'm saying. I've got a problem with Rashford. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, for me, like, I'm not blind to it, innit? Like, bro, his performance, like, don't get me wrong, against PSG, right? Especially in the first game, he was on job. And against Leipzig when he came on. But bro, his performances have been woeful. But he's been scoring goals. And that's how he's been getting away with it, because he's been scoring. And as we know, for most of these United fans, I'm trying my best not to insult them, but for most of these United fans, as long as they score goals, it doesn't matter about the performance. And my whole thing is that people like Tony, who has been holding up the ball, passing the ball off, creating space for others, because he hasn't scored, it's like, oh, well, Tony's rubbish. He hasn't done anything in the game. Whereas Rashford will give away the ball 100 times, right? Keep losing the ball consistently, but then will score, and then everything's forgiven. And it's a thing where there's a fine balance. Don't get me wrong. There's times where a lot of players do nothing and then they score goals and then you go in and win. But when you're doing it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on the bounce, right, it then becomes a problem. And for me, that's Rashford is the main culprit for that. He'll do nothing in the game apart from give the ball away and lose it, but then go and score a goal. Bruno's slightly different in terms of the fact that he just gives the ball away. He just gives the ball away. But Cavani for me 100%. Obviously, we know what happened, and I already said terminate his contract. I have to have the same energy.
I don't know if
I have to have the same energy that I did for Suarez.
Fair enough.
Or else I'd be a hypocrite. I know it's different circumstances, because Suarez directly said it to Evra, but Cavani was saying it on social media. But you can't maybe terminate his contract's a big extreme, but he has to get a massive ban and a massive fine for it. Do you know what I mean?
Look, for me, look, we know about racism, and Cavani, I think the only thing Cavani is guilty of is
naivety.
Being naive. Even, I'm not going to be controversial here, but even the way Suarez used the term, for Suarez, it was a more mocking term, and again, he used it naive, not aware of the social climate in England, and he used it. I can't put into words like how Suarez used it, but he used it in a way like he was, they're talking to one another, and he's like, whatever. It's hard, but okay, but let me just talk about the way Cavani used it. He was talking to an actual friend, and they probably used banter between themselves all the time. We know what we say in private and stuff. So
it's true. It's true. But the thing is, for me, when you're a footballer, you can't do stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing for me is, if he had just come from South America, and done that, I'd probably have a little bit more sympathy for him. But he's been in Europe for a while. Fair enough, Italy isn't a great example, but he's been in France for a while, even though France isn't a great example. But I think in France, you have to be in, like, over here, even over here, to your face, they're more introverted, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with it. So he would have known, like, obviously, in the amount of black players there are for France, all the rest of it. So you'll be around it and whatnot. And so he should know, like, putting something like that up on social media isn't the most intelligent thing to do, and you just can't do it. And this is where I have a problem with all these organizations that basically don't do anything in terms of tackling racism in football. I mean, I know you know more about it. Obviously, we're not going to go into that because, like, I'm not trying to get you fired. but
that's a whole other episode. Yeah,
there's a whole nother episode. But this is where education comes into it, and the players need to be educated more. And not in the players, society, the world needs to be educated more and more tolerant towards whatever it is, whether you're black, brown, green, or whatever and whatnot. But obviously, I know you didn't use it in that context. But I think where the education comes into it, it's just like, you know what? If it's gonna offend any group, just don't do it. And that's something that needs to be taught.
And that's what it is now. If Cavani said this term back in early 2000s or around that term, you know, I don't think anyone would bat an eye. Like, if he said it in the context that he said it, no one would really bat an eye. But in this day and age now, if you freaking say anything to do with color, you know, anything to do with your sexual orientation or race or anything, you're gonna get in trouble. And in that case, the FA will take, I know they're looking at it. He probably will get a fine. He probably will get a ban. I think the same thing happened to
was it Kiko Casillas?
Kiko Casillas. He got a thing of saying actual racist term. What's his name? Bernardo Silva. Because when he posted that thing of Mendy, I don't know. I think he got a ban as well. If he got a 3-game ban or
something like that.
So
because he hasn't been the same since that. Like, this guy Bernardo Silva was like player of the season for like City. Not last season, the season before. And like, he hasn't been like, but since that incident, he hasn't been the same since. So it just goes to show, man, like, it's mad. But we'll watch this space to see what happens with Cavani. But to answer your original question, I think he's more than state to claim. Obviously, he's 33 now. So can he play week in, week out? Not sure. But
he started against PSG, isn't it?
Yeah, he started against PSG.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure against West Ham he will not.
I can't see him start. But we'll see. But he's definitely staked his claim to start, because as much as we've obviously said we've seen him and the chances that he's missed, especially 1-on-1 and whatnot. I mean, his movement off the ball is second to none. And
he did miss that chance though against PSG.
Well, he probably thought to himself, I don't want to score against them. But like, his movement is second to none in this hold up. Even though Martial's got good hold up play, as much as these dumb, like, I will say dumb pundits will say Martial doesn't hold up the ball well. They're dickheads, bro. Like, they also got an agenda. They've got an agenda against Martial. Martial's what, 5'8", 5'9", and bro, his hold up plays better than fucking Lukaku's. Like, so I don't know what they're talking about, but with Tony and when Cavani does play, Tony just goes up to the left, but Tony can still play through the middle when Cavani needs that rest. Like, there's no issue with anything like that happened, but he's definitely staked a claim to start a lot more, especially after basically single-handedly winning us the game against Southampton on Sunday just gone.
What do you think about one thing which I said I fear if he was to come into this team, and you have seen the difference that he has made just in terms of the composure of United, and that is man like Donny.
Listen, you see my guy Donny, yeah? Listen, ball retention, looks after the ball, composure. Since he's come in, that's why a lot of things have been ticking over in this team. And the prime example of this, right, is because he didn't start against Southampton. I don't think he did.
No, he started against Southampton.
No, did he?
Yeah, he started against Southampton. Yeah.
Did he start against someone? Do you know what? I was painting, so I don't. I can't remember. But
no, but that's the thing. He played in that first half. He was the one playing very well. For United on the left there, making stuff tick over. Even though Southampton were getting past Matic very quickly in terms of ball retention, Van der Beek was linking up very well with Rashford, Bruno, and things there.
Donny, listen, he's come from the school of the Dutch, and we all know what that is, bruv. Comfortable on the ball, take the ball anywhere, can see a pass, keeps the ball ticking over. And so he's come into the team. You've seen what happens when he plays. It's a case of I've got the ball and he plays them passes. And it's just like, yeah, boom, boom. I think it was against Istanbul. I know it's only Istanbul, but it's just the way how he just caressed the football.
He's composed, man.
So much composure. And this is the whole thing. Like, with Donny playing, right, you see less mistakes from Bruno.
Yeah.
Because instead of Bruno picking up the ball on the halfway line and then giving it away, Donny's picking up the ball and then playing it into him. So then Bruno can do what he's good at, which is either shooting or playing that final pass into players, right? Like Bruno trying to play ball retention does not work. He's not good enough on the football to be doing that. But with Donny there, it's a nice little bit of composure, gives the ball into the attacking players and they can just go forward and be free. And that's what he brings to this team. Why it's taken Ollie so long to bring him into the team, we all know because he's a fucking idiot. But now he's seeing that he cannot leave him out of this team.
Which is why I'm shocked that he got left out. Okay, so we're going to go into the game against PSG, which I thought PSG are there for the taking. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. PSG, I don't care if they reach the Champions League final this year. PSG as a side, they are a rubbish team. I don't care. They have individuals, don't get me wrong. Mbappe, true baller, Neymar's Neymar.
It really annoyed me that he scored 2 goals because, bro,
I'm telling you,
he is dead food.
Oh my God. Oh man, I don't rate Neymar as highly as some people do, but Neymar's Neymar. But PSG were there for the taking. You guys, even with 10 men, you guys
still could have won the game.
Yeah, still piling forward. And I'm surprised Donny was left out because this was the perfect game for him. You guys needed that composure. At the moment, you can tell when Donny's not playing.
Of course you can. And the thing is that, look, Ollie went into that game like we were away from home because it worked away from home. And what he needed to realize is that team that played away in PSG was not the same team that United played on Wednesday, right? One of the things, like even like that one and the one before that we won, one of the biggest things that was apparent, right, which didn't happen in the 2 previous games that we played against PSG, was Verratti was back. Verratti was back in the team, and we know how good Verratti is. Yeah. So you playing Fred and McMahon's in that team, right? So basically, you're basically saying no ball retention, no composure. What then happens? Bruno drops into the halfway line. What does Bruno do? Pick up the ball and give it away. It's as simple as that. And my whole thing is obviously the Fred incident, which he should have been sent off for. I don't know why it was a yellow card. Like, it makes no sense, but you got a reprieve. And the thing is that everyone was saying, take Fred off after that. No, but then there was a foul that happened after. That foul, just before half time, is when he should have come off. Because it's like, the referee is going to be like, he's probably got one more. And then he's going to go. Yeah. So, and the thing for me is, it's not like Ollie had Pereira and some rubbish players to bring on. Man had Matic, if you wanted to go defensive.
Yeah.
And then he had Pogba and Van der Beek to bring on, which was needed to get control in the midfield.
Yeah.
And he sat there on his hands watching Coronation Street, as he does, and reacted too late to what was happening. And what happened? I've seen it over and over again. He wins the ball. Fred clearly wins the ball.
Yeah.
The problem is it's one of them ones where he gets, even though he gets the ball first, he gets more man than ball.
Yeah. If he's not on a yellow card though, he probably gets away with that tackle. And if he hadn't made all those fouls before, he gets away with that tackle.
Basically, the referee did there was it's the time when the referee reacted based off emotion and was like, I've given him enough chances. It looked like a foul. He's got to go.
That's it. That's basically it.
And we know what type of player Fred is. Fred is not going to be the one where he's going to pull out challenges and he's got the football intelligence not to do anything. Bro, he's going to be running it because he's a Rottweiler. He's going to be running in for challenges and making tackles. So it's foolishness why Ollie didn't take him off. And the thing is that I watched the beginning of that second half, and obviously, as I said, Martial missed that sitter. Should have scored. I think Cavani hit the crossbar or the post or something as well.
The little chip.
And then, so PSG were definitely taking it again, regardless.
They were.
Imagine it's one of the few times where we've seen United have a team camped in their own half.
Yeah.
And all you needed was that extra baller to come on, which we saw when Pogba came on and Donny came on. What happens when you have people that have composure on the football and take care of it? Then you can play it to everybody else. But
I think this is the reason why Ole is never going to be that guy, because the formation for me was never a formation where, the personnel for me was never the personnel that you're going to say that are going to come out this game with at least a draw. I think if you go in there, play your experienced players, that game takes care of itself. Donny, Matic, probably Pogba in there if you want. I think they take care of that game so easily. But unfortunately, you got McTominay in there who's just running around headless chicken, not in position. And because you guys were attacking so much, this is why PSG actually scored 3 goals. Because you guys were attacking so much, there was no one in the middle of the park that was just saying, guys, just calm down, because you had McTominay and Fred. They're not going to tell anyone to calm down. They were getting drawn out of position. As you said, Verratti was controlling the game, finding the gaps in between. So yeah, the personnel for me was just a wrong personnel.
But this is what I'm talking about. This is when I say there's no leaders in the Man United team, not one of them. The fridge on toes is not a leader. He's not a leader. He's not a captain. He can't turn around and say, "Oh, you do this and blah, blah, blah." And then the thing is, when you look at the players that were on the pitch, attacking wise, they're all 100-mile-an-hour football players. Fred, 100 miles an hour. McTominay, 100 miles an hour. Rashford, Bruno. Apart from Tony and Cavani, they're probably only 2 in that attacking that aren't 100-mile-an-hour footballers. But your 3 in midfield are all 100-mile-an-hour footballers. So when you're all going forward, there's no one to say, let's just take care of it. Let's just take care of it, pop it about. Don't get me wrong. You had to play Fred or McMayonnaise. You couldn't, but you don't play them both. So you play one or the other, and then play, even Pogba just came up from injury. Cool. Play Donny.
I've always said that. I've always said you don't need to play Matic, you don't need to play McTominay, because Donny does what both of them does. There's literally nothing that those 2 players do that Donny can't do. Donny can get up and down like McTominay. He can sit if you want to. Like Matic doesn't offer. For me, all Matic does, as you saw against Southampton, is put you guys in trouble because he drops so far back. He makes you guys into a back 5. Yeah. So there's no point in playing those 2 players for me. You play them if you're going ultra defensive. Otherwise, don't play them.
Well, this is it, and I think McTominay plays in a 3 at the back for Scotland or something like that. I mean, all our Scottish fans, let us know if that's what it does. But I'm sure I saw him playing in a 3 at the back for Scotland. I don't even think he plays in midfield for them. So I'm just like, it's pointless. But this is what Ollie does. So unfortunately, we've been dealing with it for what what is it going to be? 3 years?
2 years
Maybe
now.
2 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's how long it feels, bro. It feels like a lifetime. And we're going to see again what he does against West Ham.
Yeah.
We're going to see it. And as I said, if listen, I'm fully expecting Mark Noble to be on that team sheet to control the game, because if Ollie plays Fred and McTominay,
yeah,
and Bruno, fam, you might as well just give up now, innit? You might as well just say West Ham, here's the 3 points, and go ahead and win the game, because you can't play all three of them in the midfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's actually quickly get onto West Ham, because they've been quietly going about their business. I believe they're 5th in the table.
Yeah, something like that.
Mr. Moyes has got this West Ham team playing decent football. They have won their past 3 games. They've only had 2 losses. No, 1 loss in the last 6 games. And that loss was a tight 2-1 against champions Liverpool. They drew against Man City. They drew against Tottenham. They destroyed Leicester 3-0. They've destroyed Wolves 4-0. No one's talking about the job that Moyes has done in these first 10 games. I think he's done an amazing job, considering after the first 2 games, everyone's saying West Ham are getting relegated.
I think the best thing that happened to West Ham, is that Moyes got coronavirus. Because that's when everything started going well.
I don't know what he's done, but he's got this team playing that old Everton way. They're hard to beat. They have goals in them. You know, when you think of Hala, Bowen's playing good. Antonio's going to came back against Villa, so he's going to be fit for United. Souček is a kind of a beast in midfield. So
goodbye. Oh, is he on loan? Is he on loan or is it a buy?
I can't remember. I think it's loan, but I couldn't tell you.
Either way, it's good business.
So it's not a foregone conclusion. That game is tomorrow, isn't it? It's 5:30. Yeah, tomorrow. So just to get your thoughts, your prediction: West Ham United tomorrow at the Olympic Stadium. What are your thoughts?
It all depends on what team Ollie puts out. Like I said, if he puts Fred and McTominay out, West Ham wins 6-0. Like, I'm not even joking. Because this is the thing for me. I've seen better players playing against West Ham and we've lost.
Yeah.
And we've lost. Like, there's something about the way how West Ham play. It just doesn't sit right with Man United. And obviously Moyes has got them playing very, very well. Very well organised. Got players scoring. That Bowen is a talent.
Yeah.
He's a talent. 4 nows, coming back from a long layoff. Is playing well. Obviously, we know about Antonio, like a problem all over the park. Souček,
they're very physical. They're very physical side, especially up front.
Souček is just looking like a bargain. Not even going to joke. Looking like an absolute bargain, and he'll cause problems on from corners and free kicks that are being delivered into the box. So if Ollie, I said, because it's away from home, McTominay or Fred has to play. Obviously, Fred's going to be banned from the next Champions League game, so more than likely,
so he might as well play.
It might as well play Fred.
Yeah.
And like for me, he has to play Donny, play Bruno, Tony. I just remembered Rashford's going to be out because he's got that shoulder injury.
Oh, is he definitely out? I don't know if he was.
I don't think he's definitely out, but there's no point in risking him if it's going to get worse. So bearing in mind
Yeah, bearing in mind the Leipzig
Bearing like
match.
Leipzig, and then we got the Manchester derby after. So, in that case, yeah, he'd have to play Tony. He'd have to play Cavani.
Would you play Cavani this game?
It's either that or you play Igalo.
In terms of what about? I can see him going back to. No, I could see him going back to having the three up front with Bruno in the three, and probably playing a Martial, maybe a Mata, alongside him with the three. Because if Cavani plays, I think that goes easily more into West Ham's system. I think mobility is much better against West Ham because their defenders, they love the physical battle. They'll love the... I know Cavani's movement is good.
I think, me personally, I think Cavani is going to play this game. I don't think especially if Rashford doesn't play. I think it's different if Rashford does play. But if Rashford doesn't play, I can't see him leaving Cavani out. Because on that right-hand side, obviously something has gone on with Ole and Gunwood off the field. Something's gone on. It's not just because about obviously him getting caught with the girls, even though Foden's looking like an angel, even though he had baby mother and all sorts. But Foden's the angel. But we're not going to get into the whole that because we all know what that is. And obviously, I think something to do with his lateness as well. But something's gone on with Gunwood as to why Ole doesn't feel like playing him. Because me personally, I think he also has to start this game. But I can see.
I don't see. For me, as much as I like Greenwood, I don't mind him out of the team right now because I don't believe, as you said, something's gone on. So I think there's too much pressure riding on it right now for him to play, and I don't want him to take any brunt of criticism. He's too young for that for me.
This is the thing, but the reason why I say play him, especially if I'm playing with Cavani, is just because you need the mobility on both sides.
Yeah, no.
That's the only reason why I say. And as I said, like Sonic the Hedgehog shouldn't be anywhere near this team.
Oh, I forgot about him. Hey, Daniel James is your guy. Sorry, I forgot about him.
Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't need it, but I can see personally the front three being Tony, Cavani, and Mata playing in this game. And me personally playing Mata makes no sense.
Of course,
because playing Mata and Bruno in the same team doesn't make sense. But playing Mata with Donny and Pogba makes sense because they're all intelligent footballers. But playing him with Bruno does too much moving around. And the thing is, once they both start moving around, that just leaves Wan-Bissaka exposed 2-on-1. So that's why. And Wan-Bissaka's also got Cresswell on that side, who loves to cross the ball. So that's why I say why I say what I said. But Bruno will never play in that front three line because Ole loves him too much, and he'll play him in the 10. But I think if Donny starts, Greenwood starts, and we go with that team, I think we can get a result against West Ham. It's going to be bloody difficult. But the thing is, even if we play that team, I have confidence in the players to get a result. But then we've got the common denominator, which is Ole. And then it's just like, bro, you could have that Barcelona team with Iniesta and Xavi, Messi, all them man, David Villa. Ole would have made that team lose. Ole would make you question whether that team would win or not. So it's one of them ones. Even if we put that team out, I'm not even confident that Ole can get this team to win. But if he goes negative with Fred and McTominay and plays Mata, I can see West Ham winning this game. But as I said, it all comes down to what team he plays. If he goes a little bit more positive, not all guns blazing, if he goes a little bit more positive, I can see us nicking a 2-1. But if he goes negative, I can see West Ham winning it 3-0, especially if he plays Mark Noble.
So hard one to call for me. because there's so many factors. If you guys recovered enough from the PSG game, if you guys are looking forward to the Leipzig game.
Mm-hmm.
As a neutral, I think I'm siding a bit more to West Ham because I said their form has been good. They've got nothing to fear. They've had recently very good form against Man United, especially at home. I think the fans are going to be back. A few of them will be back at West Ham.
Oh yeah, and the West Ham. Oh yeah, that as well. Yeah.
So I'm siding a little bit towards West Ham. I might just go 2-1 to West Ham. Yeah, I think I just see 2-1 to West Ham for some reason.
Mm-hmm. I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt it at all. If West Ham come out with the win, 100%, because it's been a bogey ground for us.
Yeah, it has been
over the past couple. Only the past couple. I think. What was that I got?
2-3 seasons.
Yeah, last couple seasons. Because before that, like we had lost it at West Ham.
I remember. Ages. That used to be your ground, but then ever since Mourinho went there, and then that 3-1.
Yeah, ever since then. Arnautovic, because I think the last couple have been like, I think it's been two. I think home and away. I think it's been two draws and 2 losses in the last 5 games. So they've been an issue for us. We'll see what happens for that game.
I just want to run through the rest of the Premier League scores. Just say your predictions.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna say mine: Burnley, Everton, early kickoff.
I don't even know, because like as bad as form Burnley are in, Everton's can't keep a clean sheet to save their lives.
Exactly.
I think only because I think Burnley need to win. I can see Burnley winning this 2-1.
Fair enough, 2-1. I'm going to go 1-1. I think, as you said, Everton can't keep a clean sheet. Burnley have to make up for that beating that they got last week at City. So I could just see a 1-1. Everton have hit a wall, it seems. The early season form has gone. So, yeah, I see a 1-1. You said with West Ham and United, you're going to go...
I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham.
What? This guy's going 2-0 West Ham. Freaking hell. I said 2-1. I'll stick with that. West Brom Palace.
That just has 0-0 written all over it. All over it. It does. Wait. Is Zaha back from Corona?
Yes, he should be.
Okay. All right.
I think he said he's back.
All right. If Zaha's back from Corona, I'd probably go 1-0 Crystal Palace.
Fair enough. That's what I was going to
go. But if Zaha wasn't there, that's 0-0 written all over it.
I agree with you that one. I'm going to go 1-0 Palace. I go 1-0 Palace. Tottenham Arsenal. I think you said 2-1.
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
2-1 Tottenham. I said 0-0 because I don't want to predict us losing. So 0-0. We got Man City Fulham.
You know what, yeah?
That's literally that went from my head, yeah? I'm about to say 5-0, and then I was like, you know what, yeah? Maybe.
Nah, I think 4-0 Man City.
Fair enough, 4-0. 3-0, I'll go 3-0 Man City. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5 or 6. Chelsea Leeds, very good game. Tomorrow, last game. Bielsa versus Lamps.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0 Chelsea. I'm actually gonna go 1-1. I think Leeds are gonna put up a fight. They've been playing pretty well. I think Lampard is gonna get outdone by Bielsa. I think Bielsa has some success against him back in the Championship, so I'm gonna go 1-1 for that one. Sheffield United Leicester.
I don't even know what to pick for Leicester no more, bro. There's disappointment. They're just a disappointment. Like they get on your nerves. Boy, I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1. Same as you, Leicester. That result of Fulham just literally threw me in the air.
Yeah.
They were so poor. I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester. I think Sheffield United. I don't know what's happened to them, but I can't put my finger on it. I know Henderson's gone, but that shouldn't be. But as I said, maybe it's a 3-4-3 formation. Once team gets used to that, you're going to play that. It's easy to predict.
To be fair, they haven't had their normal back three for the whole season. So
who's their normal? I know Thingy's still out. What's his name?
O'Connell.
Yeah,
I can't remember the other two, but I think I saw some stat saying obviously last season when they had them, how many games they won compared to this season because they haven't, or something like that. But yeah.
Another big game, Liverpool Wolves, always a close one, always a close game. Jota's going back to Wolves. His old team.
This game, I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool, but boy, honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if Wolves got a draw.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually, because of all the injuries, I'm going to go 2-2. Just because of all the injuries Liverpool have. It's
I just think Liverpool are gonna get a penalty and then make it 2-1.
I honestly believe 2-2, I think. But I wonder if Jimenez won't be back. Yeah, you know what? 2-1 sounds good just because Jimenez isn't there. I'll still stick with 2-2, but I think 2-1 is a good scoreline. And the last game, Monday night, because Aston Villa and Newcastle, we don't know when that's going to be rescheduled for, is Brighton versus Southampton. Should be a very open game.
It's a derby as well.
Yeah, both teams playing very good football. I like the way Brighton play.
I'm gonna go 3-2 Southampton.
3-2 Southampton. I think I'll go 2-1 Southampton. Yeah, 2-1 Southampton. That's it. Any of our fans, any of you guys watching, want to post your results downstairs? See how it compares with ours. See how your knowledge is. More than happy to see. Mr. TJ.
Yes, as you heard from the truth, you don't want to jump on the predictions as well. We're going to be trying to get these predictions out on a weekly basis. And join in, jump on, see if we're right, see if we're wrong, criticize, do whatever. We don't care. Just get them comments up.
Yeah,
and
like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. That's going to be our mantra. We're trying to move this thing on. We're going to, as I said, we're jumping back on it again. We're going to start banging it out.
Yep.
Got boxing talk tomorrow to record. It will go out probably on Monday when I have time to edit.
It's a big one tomorrow, guys. Tune in.
It's going to be a big one. Boxing talk. Listen, if the main protagonists turn up, this is probably going to be the most explosive explosive content that we're going to put up. Obviously, I'll always be there to try and keep law and order, but it's going to be a difficult one for me to keep a lid on as long as the other two protagonists, i.e. Rash and Tooth, turn up, because there's a lot of different opinions, a lot of passion involved in that talk. We're going to be talking Wilder, we're going to be talking AJ, we're going to be talking Fury, we're going to be talking Usyk, we're going to be talking Dillian, we're going to be talking we're even going to throw in Dubois as well, because obviously that happened last week as well. We're even going to throw that we're going to throw that into the mix. But I want to say thank you very much to the truth. Thank you very much, sir.
Nice to be here, man. Nice to be here. Nice to be back.
Yeah, it is nice to be back. And people, make sure after this one, You watch the boxing talk that's going to be put out there, and we're going to be rolling with content up until Christmas. Got a lot more football talk, a lot more boxing, a lot more UFC. Might even try and get some F1 in there as well, because we need to tip our hats to Sir Lewis.
The GOAT. The GOAT. Don't forget NBA. NBA starting in a few weeks.
NBA. Oh yeah, and the NBA. Listen, actually, we need to. Yeah, we're gonna get Mr. KA, and we're gonna jump on the NBA talk, because there's a lot that's gone on, and it's coming back in a few weeks. But thank you very much, everybody. We shall see you next time. Peace.
Peace.